today is historic and an important occasion, especially when we are trying to sit the Prime Minister and NEC into an office. The Prime Minister and National Executive Council, the Department of Prime Minister and National Executive Council rather, is the head of our National Public Service. The executive government functions well and proper if the Prime Minister's Department, NEC, is functioning well and proper. And so it's important that they are seated properly, and also as the three arms of government work together side by side. Symbolically, this precinct is right adjacent to where the judiciary and our legislature is seated. If you look at the Waigani seat of government, the relocation of Prime Minister and NEC into this Melanesia Haus is not accidental, but it is designed that the three arms of government stand together side by side. Our country is structured in a way in which the three arms of government work in tandem and work in harmony. They are not, one is not superior over another. They are three equal, separate arms of government that support each other and function for the vitality of service dispensation to our people and our country. So, on our left, you have the new seat of our judiciary in our country. The Supreme Court and National Court is seated there. And I am privileged to announce that our government in the last 4 years has given over 400 million kina to ensure this state-of-the-art National and Supreme Court building is ready to be opened very, very soon. At this time also I should announce that our National Parliament will undergo a major restoration and rehabilitation in preparation for our 50th anniversary that is coming up next year. This Parliament precinct was a gift to us by the Australian government, and over 40 years ago it was gifted to us by a government relocated to Waigani from Honolulu. And so as the executive government move into and to be headquartered out of Waigani here in this new precinct, the Melanesia Haus, National Parliament will also be given big support to ensure D-Wing is prepared to be opened, and we also make maintenance, restoration, rehabilitation, so that members of Parliament, the legislator, sit properly and is functioning properly to ensure good laws are passed for our country. And so if you look at it, I don't like to use the word Trinity, but I use it here. The Trinity of Papua New Guinea as far as government and governance is concerned is now located in one precinct, side by side, so that the three keep each other in check and in words and function, so that the vitality of good governance and service is then filtered out to the rest of the country from Waigani. And so it is no accident that we are moving into this precinct. A few years back, when we looked and saw a private developer, proprietor, developing this building in the heart of Waigani, we felt that a supermarket must not be here. We felt that a public gathering must not be here. This is supposed to be a place in which seat of government is maintained. This is the cradle of authority. This is the place where government sits and work and functions. And so through the build, operate, lease, transfer program, when it was advertised, the proprietor is the land developers. They submit an express of interest. They, just like the West New Britain House proprietor, the West New Britain people submit an express of interest. They bid it, and I want to announce that the bid came in well within the price range for the Waigani area. This area costs us almost nothing to move in as I speak. It will be deducted from the rental that we would have paid if a department or government department had moved into this place. At the price of 1,400 kina per square meter, which is a lot cheaper than some of the office rentals government is paying in this neighborhood. At the price of 1,400 kina per square meter, this build, operate, lease, transfer arrangement was deployed by the Office Allocation Committee. The Prime Minister and NEC is now moving to this office almost free of charge. As we do this soft opening today, I want to encourage Chief Secretary and the team, as you take possession of this precinct, put the landscaping in, put the flavoring in so that we make this homely and truly the house that seats the biggest Melanesian nation here in this country. The biggest Melanesian nation is Papua New Guinea. From here, we will all run the matters and we will run the business of our country. And I want Chief Secretary and the department to ensure we blend the architecture, we blend the building, the environment, to ensure we make it look Papua New Guinea, make it feel Papua New Guinea, the biggest Melanesian nation in our country. I want to thank also the office allocation for giving an appropriate name, the Melanesia Haus. We are the biggest Melanesian nation in the Pacific. We advocate for Melanesia, we speak for Melanesia, and we work to serve Melanesians here and abroad. And I want to thank for the appropriate name given to this house be named Melanesia Haus. I want to say it is 49 years in coming since we became independent. Many doubted our nation to exist thus far. In 1975, many of our commentators here and abroad thought our country will fail, but we have survived and persevered. The most diverse nation on the face of planet Earth. At 3 billion people plus in 1975, in a land of 462,840 square kilometers, with an economy only under 5 billion kina, many thought we would fail and we would become a failed state. Yes, we have our challenges, but we still move on. 7 Prime Ministers on, you have me as the 8th Prime Minister. Never at one time did our elections fail. We continue to prosper as one people, one nation, one country, democratic as we have been in 1975, still democratic today. And I am happy that we invite the church to officiate at this dedication program. Because if this house, unless God is in this house, and unless God is in the heart of those of us who will occupy this house, we are building this house in vain. Psalms 127, verse 1 says, unless God is the builder of this house and resides in this house, not just in this house, but more importantly, in the heart of those of us who work inside, then we will use this office to serve our country. And I want to offer counsel to all of us. Just like I was not present in office in 1975, into time, James Marape will no longer be present here. Into time, you and me will no longer be present here. But at the time we used to occupy this, in the time slot God has given us to occupy the office of Prime Minister and NEC, each of us, from myself to all of us who will be working here, we must use this time slot for the benefit of our country. We must not use the time slot we have been given and privileged by God to have gifted us to occupy this office for our own pursuit, for our own well-being. We must collectively mobilize our resolve and time together to use to the benefit of our country. In 1975, the fathers of our country construct the democracy that we have today. In 2024, 49 years on, as a nation prepares for 50th anniversary next year, we too must prepare our country to live beyond our time. And I ask all of us who will move into this office, search your heart and to make sure your heart is in the right place. The place it's supposed to be is in the rural enclaves of our country. The islands, the atolls, in the river areas, in the mountains, in the valleys. People out there are unemployed. People out there are uneducated. People out there are unserviced. People out there are unconnected by enabling infrastructures. You and me are working here to serve them and not serve ourselves. Is that okay? Let's place God in our heart as we collectively place God into this building. Pastors are great. Don't take our pastor's prayer lightly or for granted. They have dedicated this building on behalf of our people out there. Today we have more than possibly 12 million, 15 million later this year when census numbers come home. We will know exactly how many are in our country. But they will be served if the head is working well. This is the office of the head of the executive arm of our government. And the head must think and work properly. If the head thinks and works properly and works faithfully, the country will prosper. Simple as that. If the head is not thinking and working properly, the country does not prosper. I want to ask every one of us as we move in, the fathers of the country laid the foundation. This building is totally redundant if those who will work in this building are not working properly. And I want to ask all of you, before you take up your chairs and your designation in this office, set your heart and take God inside with you as you come into this office with these few words. It is now my distinct pleasure to declare that these keys are in custody of the Chief Secretary of our country. The Chief Secretary and myself, on behalf of every one of you, will then place the keys in to open this one. And as you open this, as you step in, I want us all to step in with the mindset of servanthood and service to our country and to our judiciary. On the other side, we look forward to opening this one. Our government continues to support judiciary in a big way. And to the national parliament, we will ensure you receive your full support so that the legislature is properly housed and is properly functional, and the three arms of government in our democracy can continue to service our country. I want to also indicate that this precinct will be secured. We will have security system built into this precinct so that three arms of government is protected. I have already given instruction to the Chief Secretary to amend laws. Anyone who tampers with the court precincts, not just this courthouse here, but all our national court, Supreme Court, and district court, village court in our country, there will be seditious charge on them. If anyone tampers with this one, there will be seditious charge on you. And if anyone tampers with the national parliament and our provincial assemblies, there will be seditious charge. No one should tamper with the seat of authority in our country. There is a due process to resolve all disputes. This will be work in progress. This area must be electric fenced. This area must have camera on every floor. No boy, no smoke, no unfaithfulness. You don't work properly, you're disciplined and terminated. There are many people looking for jobs out there. We want smart, modern, 21st century Papuans to work here to do justice to the effort fathers of our country and mothers of our country did in their time in office. We too must rise up to the occasion. Thank you very much, Chief Secretary. Thank you for your effort. Thank you, work for your effort. Thank you very much, the private contractor. It is a build, operate, lease transfer. We have spent nothing. We will lease and pay as we go until we pay them out, hopefully in 5 years, 10 years, and we will look forward to the time when state fully owns this building 100%. God bless.